What's up? Morning, scrubs. It's Carcino here. No, there's no big boxing poster behind me. Guys doing this or some gloves. I ain't got on a boxing shirt. Boxing is something you know. You know it or you don't. It's just the way it is. So you either know the boxing game or you don't. One thing for sure, I do know, and that's when a lot of BS is taking place. A lot of people be like, well, what do you mean, Sino? I don't get it. What BS is taking place that you feel is not proper in this sport? For me, it's a lot different than what other people may see or assume or whatever the factors may be. But there is no Tyson Fury investigation. You know, people, this is why I'm making the video. There is no investigation. Only thing that investigation is in people's minds. So I had to make a video just to basically clear up all the confusion, because a lot of people have just been making videos for financial gain or hits and views, whatever. I'm here to give you the facts. There are no investigations going on with Tyson Fury. Not one. Now, here is some here are some other things that people need to know what's going on. People brought up some doping situation that happened, talking about Tyson Fury. He was on dope or something, and some former whatever guy came out and said that, I was offered some money to provide an alibi for the failed drug test in 2015. Because Fury and his cousin Huey tested positive for that nodulone back in 2015, which they blamed on eating wild boar meat from a farm called Martin's Carefoot. Well, from the farmer who claimed to have provided them with the product. Now, with a standoff with the UK anti-doping agency, they both received a 2-year ban and were able to resume their careers in 2017. Now, Carefoot said now he denied providing Fury with the meat and said that he was offered $25,000 to make up the story to aid their case. But Suleiman said that this has no impact on anything right now in 2020. Personally, he's like he'll believe Tyson Fury ahead of someone who's already admitted to lying in legal documents just for some money. So the person who claimed that they got money to do that is the person that should be on trial, according to Suleiman, even though that person is not in boxing whatsoever. Now, here's what I don't understand from the so-called black media. It's the same thing that you've seen done to black athletes that you don't like. You do it to white athletes. Now, if you don't like what they do to black athletes like that, why do you do it to the white athletes like that? So that means you condone what they do to black athletes when they do all these slander videos, slander pieces, taking information and knowing it's tainted, but it can make it look like something so you can make a video out of it and basically just defame a guy just for clicks and views. So if you don't like it on one side, why would you do it on the other side? So what you do is condone it. Right. It makes you less credible because you're not being somebody who's realistic and looking at the situation to see if there's really a problem. Because if there's really a problem with the gloves, these are done by people who don't even know anything about boxing. These people are just making things up because they're more YouTubers and more on the internet than they know anything about boxing. Now, to say Tyson Fury purposely had his left glove. First, they were saying it was two gloves. You guys start using footages for two fights. My thing is, why after Deontay Wilder loses the second fight, do you go to the first fight? First fight footage been there for a long time. But now, since he loses the second fight, let's go focus on the first fight. Then we clearly show you and told you in the video how hands are wrapped, how hands are put into a glove, in that the wrap would reveal if there was irregularity, meaning that the wrap that's on the hand that comes to a certain degree on your arm, it can only be this much space between the glove and the wrap. If you start to see a lot of the wrap, that means the glove is coming off. The glove had a problem when they taped it up and everything else. It was there, but as you flick and you keep moving your wrist, the tape can become loose and the glove can start to move. The hand can start to move in the glove from flicking the jab and moving it around. That doesn't give you a benefit as a fighter. Any fighter would tell you you have the chance of breaking your wrist or your hand. You could break a finger, you could break everything fighting like that. That's at a disadvantage. They found out the issue and tried to fix it in the corner. The referee was trying to fix the glove. But let's go to the second fight. Second fight, gloves was perfect. Gloves was on his hands and everything. And what was he doing? He was whooping Deontay Wilder's ass. So what's the point there? What was the problem at then? Quit making excuses. You're making it look bad and worse on Wilder. You're not helping him. You act like they don't have another match coming up. The fight's already made. So what you crying about? The next fight is coming up. If Wilder's team think there's something wrong with the gloves, let Wilder's team deal with the gloves. Because if they think gloves whooped his ass, then I haven't heard Deontay Wilder say that. Deontay Wilder said everything in the book, but he didn't say no gloves whooped his ass. He blamed backpacks and everything else, trainers and everything else, but he never said no gloves whooped his ass. There is no investigation. Nothing's going to be overturned. He got his ass whooped. He can come back in the second fight, a third fight rather, and see what happens. Rabbit punching happens in boxing. Did Wilder not knock Fury down with a rabbit punch in the first fight? You could call that a rabbit punch on the first knockdown, right? The first punch that hurt Wilder was a shot on the chin in the second round with 23 seconds to go in the second round. Watch the fight again. He threw a 1-2 for the first time, caught Wilder on the ropes. He was on bad off position, caught him with a 1-2. Wilder was done after that. The fight was really over from the second round. What's up, Ticket? You coming to get the truth? Yeah, I love Wilder, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie for him. I mean, the dude got to improve on his boxing. He's got to learn some skills. He's got to learn. He got to come with a new bag of tricks. You can't just be this one punch pony. You got to have a left hook. You got to have something that man can respect. Or if you are just thinking you're gonna knock him out with one punch, as soon as you land something, dude, it's not gonna be that easy. I ain't wrong on this one at all, bro. Not at all. This came down to boxing skill and ability. In that second fight, there was no problem with the gloves whatsoever. And Wilder was getting his ass whooped from the opening bell. The second round, 23 seconds, he catch him with a 1-2. Poof, poof. Right on the chin. Wilder was done. Watch the beginning of the third round because it was 23 seconds left to go in that round. As soon as he took that 1-2, Wilder started throwing right hands, started throwing jabs. He was out of panic. Them legs was off balance. He was throwing wild shots. By the third round, he was done. The entire third round, he got mopped. Dude, you talking about blood on knuckles. That's a whole different fight they're showing you. They showing you clips from some other fight. Stop looking at clips that somebody is showing you, talking about how they get blood on their knuckles. People bust, they get blisters on their knuckles. Their knuckles bleed. It's boxing, even when they're wrapped. It's hard to talk boxing with people that don't know what the hell they talking about. Even if someone was bleeding in the ring, if you have blood, even in the glove, blood can come in through the openings and go all over the glove or all over the wrap. You can get it on the knuckles. Quit talking about some video somebody showed you a picture of something and trying to tell you what it is. You have to watch the fights. If you're not going to watch the fights, you're not going to know any damn thing. I'm saying that could come from anything. That blood could come from him. It could come from anywhere. But I'm not going to listen to an idiot who told me he came in and he wrapped the gloves up like this so he could have an advantage. He came in with the glove wrapped this way. Like, I can't listen to ignorance. So y'all got to go watch the fight itself. And that's the only way you're going to know anything. Watch the fight. The fight is on YouTube. Watch the fight. Did gloves whoop Wilder, or did Wilder get his ass whooped by a boxer who knew what the hell he was doing? See, I don't even know who YP is. Somebody's like, another YP this. I don't know who that is. But if YP is telling somebody that, then YP is trying to get hits and likes. I guess so. According to them, if you got blood on the wraps, then that must mean what? I have no idea. I don't even know what the point of the blood on the wrap supposed to even mean. What, his hand went in the glove? That was supposed to mean? So much stupidity. There's there's nothing coming out about Tyson Fury. Nothing. What's new that came out about Tyson Fury? There's people searching for anything they can find on Tyson Fury. They showed me one in which the glove, again, they were like, look at that. The thumb on the glove is messed up. It's another glove issue with Tyson Fury. I'm like, that's what the manufacturers of the glove. The glove is supposed to be sewn in. On one of them, the thumb is not sewn into the glove. And that's why they had to go and fix that, because the thumb got to be sewn into the glove. So in one of the gloves, the thumb is just messed up on the glove. That's not going to help Tyson Fury. What are you finna do? He's thumbing the guy in the eye. Look at him. They had to fix the glove. The fight didn't even start yet. He's showing him like, look, the glove it's not sewn in right. It's coming off. Another more garbage that people could try to throw up there to try to tie it into something that means nothing. And I'm watching it. And I'm just looking at people going like, when they do this to black boxers, when a black guy wins and the white media come up with all these excuses and black people get upset and outraged because they know it's BS. Why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? We look like the biggest hypocrites in the world to sit there and do that. Because now here we are doing the same thing that they do now. Knowing it's BS. Knowing it's BS. But we're doing it thinking it's helping Wilder. It doesn't. It's foolery. And what you're doing, and the fight's already made. So it's not like you're harboring to get this guy another fight. He already got a fight made. They fighting again. So it's like, what are you doing it for? There's no investigation. There is no the outrage is about people who don't know better because they've been misled to think there's something wrong. Nothing's happened. Nothing. You even had the referee, Jack Reese, is sitting there watching them try the gloves on. Like, Jack Reese even responded. Y'all got people responding to this nonsense. Sean R., I didn't see your comment. I don't know what you said. I didn't see what Ticket said on this incident. But if he going along with this glove conspiracy with everybody else, then he's dead wrong. He said he knows who you is. Who? He said, "Young Pharaoh." I don't even know who that guy is, but if he's talking about, is that the guy that was holding the? If he was holding the doggone glove, doing the whole video with the whole, that guy don't know anything about boxing. So whoever that was talking about, see if you hold the glove here and then you fighting. I'm like, whoever that guy is, if that was his name, Young Pharaoh, whoever made that video, him that y'all kept sending me that clip, that guy's in it for clicks and views. That guy knows not a damn thing about boxing. I'll tell you that right now. Don't believe anything that guy has to say about boxing because he don't know a damn thing about it. He was gone from the moment he said, and then you can put your hand right here and then tape it up and then you can fight. I said, this video's done. Whoever this idiot is don't know nothing he's talking about. No, he don't. The guy has no proof. The guy has clips. The guy is good at video editing. That's it. Guy don't have any proof. If the guy had proof, then Tyson Fury would be suspended. If the guy had proof, there would have been an investigation. If the guy had proof, we wouldn't even be talking about it. I went back and watched the fight. That's all you got to do. Go watch the fight. But none of this existed until after the second fight. The first fight, Wilder didn't even get hurt in that fight. He didn't get dropped. Did nothing happen in the first fight that would really bring any drama. He was just being outboxed. In the second fight, when the gloves was on, he's getting his ass whooped. Bip bip, bip bip. I'm like, well, there you go. I mean, it's good for views, I guess. It don't really mean anything because you're not helping Deontay Wilder. You're just making it look worse for him. Not working for nobody. I'm just telling you the truth. So this new investigation of the meat guy, when they tested positive for that nodrolone in 2015, and they were suspended for those 2 years. Now people want to go back to remember that. I'm like, we covered boxing back in 2015, just like we do now. When that went down, it was mentioned, and they said it was in the board meet. Now that guy is like, hey, I was supposed to get 25,000. I ain't get 25,000. So you 5 years to come out and complain that you didn't get $25,000, saying you concocted a story. No, you're a scumbag who tried to get 25,000 and scam off of Tyson Fury for doing that, which didn't work for them because they got 2-year ban. So what they paying you for? And again, the WBC said there's no suspension and there's no investigation. You know why? Do you want to know why? Because it has no bearings on 2020. None. So for all of these people talking about glove gate and all this nonsense, the fight is already happening. So what are you doing it for? If you're doing it to get him another fight, he already got it. He didn't need your help there. Y'all talking about stuff that happened in the first fight. The second fight, he just got beat up. Now, he got to learn how to box to get him out of this situation. He ain't no great white hope. The dude just can box. I picked him to beat Klitschko, and he beat Klitschko. Why did I pick him to beat Klitschko? Because he can box. He could box from the orthodox stance, and he could box from southpaw. He grew up near the Engel Gym. He worked in the Crunk Gym. I've seen Tyson Fury damn near his whole career coming up. When he fought Cunningham, I said he will beat Steve Cunningham. Cunningham can't beat him. Boxing Socialist has been around a long time. He didn't cheat in the first fight. How do you cheat in the first fight if your gloves start coming down your hand? When the fight started, it was signed. For the last time, for people who don't know, when you go into a boxing match, when they wrap your hand with the tape, the commission, whoever's the chief officer, has to sign it, saying that the wrap is good. You have somebody in there from the other side of the team, from Deontay Wilder's corner. They're there to watch this procedure happen. Everybody has a representative from their team in the locker room to watch this happen. They put the gloves on. They tie the gloves up. The glove can only come and show this much wrap. Only 1.2 inches of the wrap must be shown. So it's tied up, taped up, and again, the fighter don't want their hands in the glove. So if one glove was up here when it started, it wouldn't happen. So if you see the fight, when the fight happens, you can see where the glove is and what's happening. You can see during the fight that the glove is starting to slide. He's jabbing and he's flicking the jab, which loosens the wrap. Have you ever had a shoe? You ever tied your shoe? If you ran in your shoe, if you move side to side, what's going to eventually happen to your shoestring? It might come loose, right? Might come loose. And you might have to what? Tighten your shoelace back, right? Same thing with a glove. You keep flicking it like this, it can make this loose. And the glove could slide down. It has happened before. They have pulled other people's gloves up. They've retaped them, everything. They saw the problem in the fight. And the referee told the chief commissioner, hey, the glove. Even Jack Reese has pulled the gloves up and went back to trying to check the glove up. It's real. Now, that's how it really goes in a boxing fight. Now, if you don't understand that, you just don't understand boxing. Go back and watch the fight for yourself. You don't got to listen to me. Go back and watch it yourself. And when you see the start of the fight, see where the man's gloves are? And then you can start seeing where the gloves start slipping because of the way he was throwing his jab. But in the second fight, did we see that? I didn't see his glove slipping at all. I just saw his glove whopping Deontay Wilder in the face. I think he probably wished it slipped down so he could have more cushion in there. Because now that his fist was all the way in there, his fist was all the way up his ass. Bop, bop, bop. I'm like, man. Bop. Step in jabs, everything, man. He was, whoo. He better go to, he got some homework to do. He got some homework to do. And every boxer knew. Nobody was talking about no gloves after that fight. Believe me, people was talking about he need to get to some work. He needs some work done. So all y'all talking about gloves, y'all need to be talking about what Wilder need to be doing. To what he got to fix to get better in a rematch for the third fight. That's what you need to. That's what your video should be about. But I know young Pharaoh can't tell him that. Because he don't know anything about boxing, so he couldn't tell you what Wilder need to do or what he got to do. Because that's the only talk that should be happening here. Now let's move on. No, Errol Spence co-signed what somebody else said because some boxers are really stupid. They watch the internet. They're young. They see a lot of people showing clips on there and be like, look, they say he cheated. I've done this with many boxers, especially young boxers. who are in their early 20s. They don't know nothing but social media. So they live on there. They don't really know too much about actually going to watch it and see what happened. They just going offline like, look, it's a bunch of talk online about he cheated. Did you see that? And they'll bring it to my attention. And I'll tell them I saw it. And go and you watch the fight, you'll see this happen, this happen. And they'll just say, oh, okay. I thought it was something crazy like that. Cause I was like, did he really do that? I'm like, no, he the first fight, not last night. And I was like, let me show you what they're talking about. Go back and watch the fight. And only thing it did is cause people to go back and watch the fight. They were more concerned about the Jermell Charlo situation with the different water bottles in the corner. That's more of corruption than anything. That needs to be an investigation. That needs to be somebody suspended. I interviewed the commission live here on the channel. Molly Wop, nobody's looking into the situation. Nobody's looking into anything. Nobody's looking into nothing. Nothing's happening here. Now, let's move on to new things. Google it. UKAD is looking into it. Good. Tell them to look. And you know what they're going to do for you? You ain't correcting me because I'm the one here telling you there ain't no investigation. You can believe there is if you want to. There's no investigation into anything. Period. None. And you know what's going to happen? Nothing. I don't have to believe what you said. Yeah, find out what's going on and get to the source. They're not investigating anything. Nice try, though. Now, I don't have to Google it. I don't have to Google it. I've talked to commissions. When you talk to the commissions, when you talk to the chief officers, when you talk to the promoters, you talk to the people involved, you know what's going on. All right. I've talked to many people this weekend on this whole subject. Have I talked to the UKAD? No, have not talked to them, but I talked to the people that pay them. There's no investigation, dog. Give it up. Give it up. This dude said out loud about Curry. Curry got the shot in San Diego. And y'all told me I was lying. I told y'all the cure was in San Diego for the coronavirus. They have the vaccine in San Diego. They have two different companies. One company was ahead of the other. You called me a liar, said it wasn't there. I said Steph Curry went there and got the shot. Now today they're giving people shots. Now they went public with the first person volunteer got a shot. They've been giving people the shot. It's been ready for over 10 days. You guys don't pay attention to the world. I do. Now, let's move along. Why is this still a topic then? Because there's no election problem. When this election is over, then you'll start to see. The election votes is today. I mean, tomorrow, actually. They're doing early voting now. They closed everything down, but saying that the polls will be open for you to come vote. Just the country been built on a lie. What truth have they ever told you? Have you been told the truth about 9/11? Have you been told the truth about anything? Why would you believe this? Now, let's move forward. let's go into let's go into something else. Hey, that's right. That's my nickname, Mr. Know-It-All. America been broke for over 12 years. 12 years. We made a deal with China back in 2008. That's when you saw the whole. That's a whole nother discussion. I'll do another video on that. I'll do that on One Crack News. I'll break all that down for you, and I will show you the numbers and show you the economic collapse and everything, how it all started, how it was going bad, the decisions that got us there. I'll do it over there. But I want to keep this boxing. So Adrien Broner decided once again to get himself locked up and involved in a DUI. Adrien Broner is a twin. His twin brother is the main reason why everyone thought his twin was going to take over. Hold on, let's see what all this activity is. You see that woman is showing people the house next door. I guess they couldn't live next door to a black man. They was like, we moving. It's a black guy next door. We're out of here, baby. Pack it up. Neighborhood's going down. So Adrien Broner has a twin. They call him twin. So, but Adrian's brother was the better boxing prospect. Like he was amazing in the amateurs. So everyone thought twin was going to go pro. More than no one saw Adrien. Adrien was always in the streets, not really taking it serious, going to jail. Came out of that situations. He was facing major years. Beat that situation. His guys, Adrien decided to fight the case. His boys decided to cop out and take a plea. So he fought the case and won. So he won the case and got out. His boys, they already copped out to the case. So now they got to do time. So now they feel a certain way towards Adrien. Like, man, we doing this time for you and all this. And like, no, you ain't. You copped out to the deal. I didn't tell you to cop out. You copped out. So Adrian's been involved in that street life ever since. So it's been a whole lot of different things that's been going on. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going on with Adrien because he never understood how to balance money and get it, because Al Heyman kind of didn't make him rich. They didn't pick Adrien Broner to be the next Floyd Mayweather. Adrien didn't come up fighting like Floyd. He fought entirely different. He didn't do the shoulder roll at all. He did that and incorporated that into his game, but he was always the flashy Cincinnati kid with the waves in his hair. He started just being flamboyant. And then he was rapping, and his brother twin wanted to be a rapper, and he was like, I'm going to put out my brother twin and get a rap label. His thing was hood. That was his thing. He from the hood. He want to kick it in the hood, And when you got money and you flashing and doing stupid stuff, fighting and punching guys in the bowling alley, and dudes shooting at him all the time in Cincinnati, like, dude, you can't come back. You can't come back. They always tell him that. Can't come back. So he had to move out of Cincinnati. Dude's trying to kill him because he did too much clown stuff. So, you know, he had an alcohol problem. Kept drinking. Floyd has told him this to his face. And then him and Floyd always get into it because Floyd would always say something and Adrien be like, man. So he don't catch that he's dissing him, you know, and that he, you know, Adrien's very sensitive. So he be like, come on, man. You done did it again. This is way before they had beef. And I had to tell Adrien, like, Adrien, champ don't mean nothing. You know that already. He's like, man, I know him, man. This is what it is. You know, but he's like, we've already had this discussion. You can't like disrespect me like that and think it's gonna be cool. We've already had that. Cause he don't like the way he calls Cincinnati. Floyd from Michigan, okay? Michigan don't like Ohio. Okay, it always goes to college sports, Michigan versus Ohio. Ohio State versus Michigan, and basketball, football, it's just like that. So, period. When you hear somebody say Cincinnati, Ohio, so they look at them, he call it Cincinnati. That's how Floyd called it. And you from Cincinnati. And man, Adrien got upset. That's just, but this is exactly the type of thing Adrien was trying to avoid. But if he'd have took heed the information Floyd was giving about taking care of your body, like he said, man, though, you can't be smoking blunts and drinking and talking about you the next Floyd Mayweather. That's not me. I don't drink and smoke. You can't call yourself the next Floyd Mayweather if you drinking and smoking. Floyd does not drink. Floyd does not smoke weed. Refuses to. He don't smoke cigarettes. He makes the ultimate sacrifice to be a champion because it was instilled in him as a child. So he grew up with that discipline to where no one has to train him. He trains himself. You don't have to do nothing. You can just go over the boxing schedule with him, but Floyd gonna get up and run. Floyd gonna get up in there and be in the gym ready to work. You ain't gotta push him to do it. And he got millions of dollars. What's up, Mr. Norm? Salute. So the thing with Adrien that held him back was his vices. Adrien had knee problems, so he didn't want to go run outside because he had knee problems from basketball, but he still played basketball. And then he would run, like I run on a treadmill in there, but he wasn't doing road work. Floyd was trying to push him to do road work. Like, you don't need that road work. You don't need to get out on that road. Man, I got knee problems. So he couldn't do that. So I don't know who's who, man. I'm just saying what's up because they said what's up to me. My man said Chicago South Shore, East Side crazy. All right, I see. Now, anyway, Adrien is he got lax. He took a beating in the Madonna fight, and it affected him for the rest of his career. He's been leery. He's been getting hurt more frequently by even lesser opponents, getting his bell rung. Then he just goes into survival mode. He ain't got that dog in him no more. Now he looks for those fights to try to get in there and just get some money. Now he's looking like, I'm only going to do this fight for big money. And Al Heyman was paying him big money, giving him $2.5 million to fight this bum, another $2.5 million. So he think that this is the way it's supposed to go. But when you done lost basically 5 or 6 fights damn near in a row, they ain't finna keep paying you and to lose. After the Pacquiao fight, they set him on the shelf a whole year. They kept trying to get him fights. He's, man, I ain't doing that fight. I need $3 million. I need way more than that. Give me 8. This dude told Eddie Hearn he need $20 million to fight. Man, give me $20 million and I'll fight Devin Haney. It's like, hey, he's like, I'm not a fool. No, that fight ain't worth $20 million. I mean, Mikey Garcia was the only smart one. He did the fight with Errol Spence and made a lot of money. He right after the Spence fight, he bounced back and fight on the zone. And who did he fight on the zone at 147? Jesse Vargas, and made $8 million for fighting Jesse Vargas. $8 million. $8 million. He left Al Heyman quick and went over there to make that $8 million. Why? Because he's smart. Business-wise, he's being smart. Kell Brook will hurt Adrien. Probably knock him out. All right, so Adrien getting arrested for another DUI is just he don't get it. You're on the path of destruction. If you don't get into AA right now, you're gonna be in jail for the rest of your life. You're gonna find a way to be gone for 2 years, 3 years in jail. It's a matter of time. Yeah, I mean, when you're a fighter, you know they tell you don't have sex during the whole fight thing. So when the fight's over, they just wild out, sleeping with a bunch of strippers, unprotected. You know, it's just hood behavior, hood activity, bunch of hood stuff going on. People gonna do some stupid stuff, and Adrien was no exception. He partied way too hard. I seen it live. I seen it live. I was there. From 2013 on, I was right there. I never forget he asked me, did I drink out of his cup? He had a Coca-Cola can, but he had liquor in there. And he had it sitting down. I'm like, why the hell would I be drinking from your thing? He's like, you ain't drink from this, did you? No. What the hell I'll be drinking out of that for? I could smell the liquor coming out the Coca-Cola can. So I already know you're drinking liquor, and so could the guy next to you. I know what you're doing. Nah, we all wanted Adrien to be great. That's the thing, is that he thinks everybody's against him. I guess that's just the hood mentality. It's like, no, we don't want you to, the world ain't against you. You hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself. And he don't get it. Now you're getting older. Now you're at the point where people are supposed to get out of the game. Now let's get to the next item on the itinerary. Now, many people were talking about something else that transpired. Floyd Mayweather did an interview in the UK and said that Terrence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter. Tank is the most exciting fighter. Now, I understand why he had to do that with Tank, but he actually knows Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in boxing. I told you guys in, what was it, 2011 or 2013? I did an article that no longer exists. Thanks, Sean. That Terrence Crawford, when Floyd Mayweather retires, Terrence Bud Crawford will be pound for pound the best fighter in boxing. Mark my words. It's going to happen. I remember saying that. Red remember, a lot of people remember. Like, yeah, you did say that. Like, yeah, I've been saying it for quite some time. And he is. The only person I would even put in competition with him is Lomachenko. And they was like, what about Errol? I'm like, what about Errol? What about Errol? Beating Sean Porter, beating Mikey Garcia is not finna put you up there with me. I'm like Roy Jones. Roy Jones said the same thing I said. I ain't had no scale to really measure him off of, except for the Kell Brook fight. Who can we say he fought in his career? Chris Algieri? Really? He fought Kell Brook, who had to cut weight and come from middleweight, who just fought Triple G at a catch weight of plus 160 pounds. Kell could weigh 157 if he wanted. But he just fought Triple G, got his eye socket broken, and had to come back down to 147 to defend his title, where he was supposed to just go to 154 like Eddie Hearn suggested. He wanted to defend the title. Plus, they offered a king's salary and said you could have a fight in Sheffield, England, your hometown. Just do this fight at 147. It was Kell's last fight at 147. They knew he had problems making the weight. Errol went for his body immediately in that fight. Kell Brook hurt that man about 2-3 times in the fight. Errol was hurt 2-3 times, and the man had a broken orbital bone on the other side. I see Lomachenko stopping Lopez late in the fight. I say about round 9 or 10. Lopez is very athletic and young. He makes a lot of mistakes that he don't even know he makes yet because he hasn't fought anybody that can capitalize on him. Believe me, Lomachenko sees him, sees the mistake, and he's gonna take care of that. See, that's the thing. When you're like when you're like Filio or Fimo, you when you're young and you depend on your athleticism and you're doing all these wonderful things, you don't know what you're doing ain't right because you whooping everybody you fighting. You'll know it ain't right when you fight another guy with skill. And I had the same conversation with with the undefeated champion, Robert Easter. He was undefeated at the time. Robert Easter Jr. I told Robert Easter to his face, I said, Robert, I said, listen, Robert, you can be the next Thomas Hearns if you can keep making 135. This was about 2014. I said, Robert, you're going to be the next champion. All you got to do is keep making, and if you can stay at 135, you will be world champion. You could be the next Thomas Hearns, but you can't keep telegraphing your left hook. You telling the opponent you're throwing it all the time. Now, when you fight stronger competition, they're going to use that against you. You got to get better at that. That's the only thing. He kind of like, yeah, I get it. But this dude don't know nothing about boxing. He kind of had that kind of attitude because he was rolling around with Adrien Broner's crew, AB, and they doing some type of dance. Go ahead. You know, I'm like, go ahead, do your dance. So I didn't want to disturb their little dance. I'm like, you know, that young people thing, I don't know what that is now. I'm like, that's dancing now? So, nah, he was getting smacked before that fight. Ever since that fight, he stepped up. Fonfar, not Fonfar, who was that beat him? Fonseca, I think. Fortuna, that's who it was. Javier Fortuna. Fortuna whooped him. Fortuna landed that left every time he threw it. Boom! And Fortuna got power, and that's all he was doing was rocking his head back. I said, wow, Fortuna won this fight. And they gave it to Robert Easter. And I said, wow, he's in trouble if he don't improve. He was in dog fights and fights he was supposed to walk through the guy. He's in knockout, drag out fights. And I'm like, this is not going to end good for him. So when they put him in with Mikey, I said, it's not going to go good for Easter. Not at all. Yeah, Comey, yep. And that's what I was saying. He's in too many wars and fights he should have dominated. And when he fought Mikey Garcia, Mikey saw that he was telegraphing the left hook. Mikey caught him with hits. He was too busy thinking offense, not thinking defense. And the kid has got the goods, man. He's got the height, he got the range, he's got the athleticism, he's got the boxing ability. He's just got to learn to fight a tall guy's fight. It's just by force of habit, he fights at the level of his opponent. Like he ducks down and gives up his height and start fighting at the height of his opponent. I'm like, what are you doing? Let them try to fight up to you. Fight tall. Oh, thank you, LM. Make sure, people donate to the Cash App. The name is Carcino. You probably can't hear it right now. I can't check it because the phone is dead. It's on the charger, though. It's probably fully charged by now. Oh, yeah, the Patreon is fire. I got a lot of stuff coming today. More naked women coming this week. Y'all gonna see a lot more naked women on there this week. Some might surprise you. We got a lot of more people getting away with murder. Look on Twitter, he back like, yeah. I was like, I ain't seen you since the last naked chick. Yeah, I know you, VIP. The podcast update. Oh, we got 2 episodes already up. Part 11 and 12 already up. I ain't got to do nothing. So it's already up for today. I met Tessa Thompson before at a she was doing a play. They were doing like some Broadway play thing, and they were at the airport. I met Tessa Thompson. But this is way before she even got Avengers. This is before Dear White People and all that stuff. So this was long before that. Josie, I'll talk about Josie right quick. Josie was a beautiful woman, very beautiful soul. When I met her, she was trying to get her catering business off the ground. Um, that was like the last time I seen her. She was trying to get her catering business going. She was very outspoken. When I met, they were together when I first met them. Met Josie. This is like 2000, 2001, I want to say, maybe 2001. About the time when he fought Arturo Gotti, around that time. He's always was the most technical heavyweight. Since he beat Klitschko before then, I was telling people they just wouldn't listen. A lot of people were saying Floyd and Al Heyman are beefing, and Al Heyman took out Josie to get Floyd's attention that he's the boss. And I mean, people are making movies and with real life and real situations. Let that go. Okay, there. Forget all their kids are grown. What child support Floyd got to pay? Floyd ain't get nobody killed for no money. He don't owe her a dime. So why would he need to do that? He take care of his kids. He's always been in his kid's life. And when he's not fighting, he try to spend as much time with them as he can. That was, yeah, I would say that was his first love. His first love. And of course he's gonna take it hard because that was they made kids together. You know, that's the mother of his children, three of his children. She can't be 43. She had to be 40 at that, at best. DJ used to play for the Bulls. I know him very well. DJ was cool. And it wasn't DJ, it was CJ. Wow, Floyd ain't do nothing to CJ. No one knows all that stuff yet, and I don't care about that. She's gone. You know, that's the sad part. You know, that's gonna sit with the children, especially Jara, who's like in her teens. Don't know what it is yet. Yeah, I got to check out the Stream Lab too and give everybody a shout out over there. So we caught up now, I think. So we can move on. Deuces.